And that brings to a close questions for oral answer today. Would some honourable member care to move that the House take note of miscellaneous business?
Mr. Speaker,
the Honourable Morris Williamson.
Mr. Speaker, I have to say that in all of my 25 years in this Parliament, sir, I have never experienced a time when the accusation of being on Planet Labor has such relevance, sir, because in 2008, as we went to the general election and the world was facing prosperity and growth for all, a whole range of things were committed by all political parties, by the National Party and by Labor. And, sir, we got elected at the end of that year, and suddenly something called the global financial crisis crossed across the whole world. And, sir, I can tell you that a number of countries across the world have gone into the absolute depths of depression, have gone into areas where they're almost bankrupt. We see them daily in the news, places in Europe like Greece and Spain and Portugal. But the Labor Party here, sir, keep going back to how come National said when they were standing in 2008 they would deliver the following. That's why the accusation, sir, is that you must be living on Planet Labor, because on Planet Labor the global financial crisis just didn't happen. On Planet Labor the earthquakes in Canterbury just didn't happen. And so we should all be in this beautiful world of peace and prosperity, and the rest of the world is all booming. Well, sir, even in total regards to all of what has happened to the world, I have to say the track record of what this government has delivered over the last 3.5 years or so has been outstanding. Sir, the rest of the world has nearly all been sentenced to life imprisonment, and this nation has got away with a couple of weeks of periodic detention relative. Quite seriously, sir, it has got away with almost no damage at all. And in fact, in many cases, this country has been growing, has been expanding, has been doing better than anyone could have predicted. Now, sir, members of our team today in the general debate will be picking up on things like the fantastic delivery that we've had within the health sector. Tony Ryle, daily, almost doesn't get enough time. In fact, we feel like we want to move extensions of time. Can tell members of this House and the country how many more surgical operations are being delivered across the country. It is nothing short of outstanding, and that is why we've had to use tight and, in many cases, zero budget increases. It's an outstanding testimony to what he has done. Sir, other members of our team will cover things like the outstanding record in law and order, where I noticed huge drops in the crime rate, 15-year low in crime rate. Again, how else could you want for better at a time when you think everything's tight financially and people are struggling? It's often the time where you will see more offending. But no, sir, not under this government. If you look at the outstanding results in the education field and the early education field, just spectacular. But, sir, I want to concentrate for my few minutes that I get today on just a few things about the economy, because I think the economy is the central driver of all those other achievements. So the first thing I want to do is, are New Zealanders actually better off or are they worse off? Well, let me give you the after-tax average wage has gone up by 20% since 2008.
How much is that?
The average tax wage, after-tax wage, up by 20% since 2008, sir. That is spectacular. In fact, my personal favourite is this one. 3/4 of all income earners in New Zealand, sir, pay no more than 17.5% tax. 3/4 of all income earners pay no more. That's my personal favourite, sir. But wait, there's more. There's a lot more. Sir, New Zealand has the lowest inflation since 1999, meaning that everyday cost of living is increasing for the slowest that it's ever done in the last 12 years. That is an outstanding result. Interest rates, look at this. Interest rates are at their lowest in 45 years. Sir, do you know what that means? That means just for an ordinary family with a $200,000 mortgage, they're paying around about $200 a week less in interest than they would have been and there'd be a lot more than $200 if that lot were in control. Because, sir, my colleague Stephen Joyce gave me a little road test, I think it's called. The Labor Party have released the road test for the economy. And, sir, they've come out with what's called Labor's solutions. And I really don't want to promote the Labor Party too much, although it does need it. But I would love to go through... Oh, Mr Speaker, this is too good.
Oh, point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I move an extension of time so Morris Williamson can tell us about Mei Wang and Jack Chen.
Is the member seeking leave for an extension of... Leave is being sought for the member to have an extension of time. Is there any objection? Order. Okay, I apologise that the member is quite correct. I should not have done that. I apologise to the House for that. I did not want to be unhelpful to the right honourable gentleman, though. The question is the motion be agreed to. The Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, well, that was